All right, let's go ahead and talk about percent composition. Now, this should be a pretty straightforward concept because you all know how to calculate percentages from math. And so let's go ahead and figure out how we can calculate the percent composition of compounds. And so let's go and take a look at this right here. This is carbon, it's 100% carbon. This is copper, it's 100% copper. Sulfur, 100% sulfur. But what about something like this, which is copper 1 sulfide? Now, copper 1 means that the copper has a 1 plus charge, and sulfide has a 2 minus, so the formula is Cu2S. What is the percent composition of copper, and what is the percent composition of sulfide? So let's go ahead and talk about how we can calculate that. All right. So percent composition is the percent by mass of each element in a compound. And so according to the law of definite proportions, the molar ratio of elements in a specific compound are constant. In other words, no matter what sample of water you get, the water will always have 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. And so that's kind of what that means. And so the ratio of the hydrogen to oxygen is a 2-to-1 ratio in water. In carbon dioxide, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. And so again, no matter where you get water from, it's going to be 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. Now, because of that, we can calculate the percent by mass of copper and sulfur within this particular compound. And so the method in doing this is actually going to be the same method you do for each one. And so the formula for percent composition is you take the part, you divide it by the whole, and you multiply it by 100. And so this problem right here is actually the first guided practice problem that's in your notes. And so go ahead and follow along in your notes here. But the first thing we want to do is we notice that there's 2 coppers. And so copper right here, if you take a look, is 63.546. And so what you do is we have 2 of them, so you multiply it by 2. And so that's why the total mass of the copper is 127.092. Now there's only 1 sulfur, and sulfur is 32.066. And so what you'll do is you multiply by 1 because there's only 1 sulfur. And so that's the part for each one. But to calculate the percent composition, what you do is you take the part and then you divide it by the whole, multiplied by 100, and that gives you the percentage. And so notice how the whole is 159.159, and what that is the entire mass of the formula there. So that's the atomic mass of the whole formula. And so if you essentially calculate the molar mass of that, is what you get. So the part that copper contributes to that is 127. The part that sulfur contributes to that is 32. Multiply by 100, and that's how you get those percentages. And it's really easy. Again, you just take the part, divide it by the whole, times 100.